Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. It's really good to have you here with us again. I'm Vantha, and today we're diving deep into something that every English learner wants, thinking in English faster and more naturally.
And I'm Borey. This is a big one, honestly. Every listener asks this question at some point. How do I train my brain to think in English? And the truth is, it's not magic. It's something you train, just like a muscle. The brain learns what you repeatedly give it. Today, we're going to explore that in a very real, simple, everyday way.
Right. And before we get started, take a breath. Relax. Let your mind slow down a bit, because thinking in English is easier when you're not stressed or trying to force every word. So let's start gently. Imagine we're sitting with you, maybe while you're having coffee, or on a bus, or during your walk. Just you, me, and Borey.
Exactly. And the cool thing is, you're already training your brain just by listening to this episode. Your ears are hearing English. Your brain is processing English. You don't have to do anything fancy yet. Just listen, let it sink in.
So, Borey, let's start with something simple. When did you start thinking in English?
Honestly, I remembered the moment. I was watching a show and suddenly I realized that instead of translating every sentence, my brain just understood. It wasn't perfect, but it was happening. And it happened because I started surrounding myself with English every day. Not studying nonstop, just keeping English around me.
That's exactly it. People think thinking in English starts with speaking, but it really starts with what you give your brain when you're not speaking. Like right now, your brain is hearing English for a long time, and slowly it begins to accept English as normal.
I want our listeners to try something right now. Just listen to my voice for a moment. Don't repeat, don't analyze, just listen. I'm going to say a simple sentence. I am thinking in English. One more time, slowly. I am thinking in English. Your brain hears it. That's step one.
And I'll say another one. English is becoming natural for me. And again, English is becoming natural for me. These kinds of sentences help your brain relax into the language. And really, that relaxation is what makes you think in English faster.
Let's talk about translation for a moment, because every learner struggles with this. Vantha, do you remember when you used to translate everything word by word?
Oh, yes, I was stuck in translation mode. I felt slow. I felt nervous. I felt like English was too big. But the real change came when I stopped trying to be perfect and started trying to be natural. When you speak, you don't need perfect sentences. You need continuous thought.
Exactly. And continuous thought grows when English becomes part of your daily life. Not heavy studying, just small things like thinking about your day in English or describing what you're doing. For example, right now, a listener might be walking. They can think, I am walking. I am listening to a podcast. I am learning English. That's how you train the brain.
Let's help them try it. Listener, wherever you are, whisper softly or just think it. I am listening to English. I am training my brain. I can think in English. Simple, soft, slow.
And don't worry if your pronunciation isn't perfect in your head. Thinking is not the same as speaking. Your brain doesn't need perfect grammar to think. It only needs patterns. And today we're giving you tons of natural patterns.
Let's talk about daily habits because thinking in English happens during small daily moments. For example, when you wake up, instead of thinking, I need to get up in your language, try thinking it in English. I need to get up. I'm still sleepy. I want coffee. These simple thoughts are incredibly powerful.
Yes, and it doesn't need to be complicated. You don't need to think philosophical paragraphs in English. Just think small, everyday thoughts. They build the foundation for faster thinking.
Speaking of everyday moments, Borey, let's share a mini morning conversation, but spoken slowly, clearly, so listeners hear natural flow. Something simple, something they can imagine in their brain.
Sure, let's do it. I'll start. Good morning, Vantha. How did you sleep?
I slept pretty well. I woke up a little early, but it felt nice. What about you?
Honestly, I hit the snooze button too many times, but I finally made it out of bed.
That sounds familiar. Did you have breakfast?
Just coffee. I didn't have much time.
Same here, but I feel good now.
See? This simple conversation is already shaping patterns in the listener's mind. They hear natural sentences, not textbook sentences. And that's what helps the brain think faster.
And I really want our listeners to do this. Imagine small conversations. Imagine someone asking you simple things. Imagine yourself replying. Your brain doesn't need another grammar chart. It needs living English.
Let's talk imagination for a moment, because imagination is incredibly powerful for thinking in English. When you imagine a situation in English, your brain begins to think inside that world. For example, imagine you walk into a cafe. You look around, you feel the atmosphere, and then you think in English. I want a coffee. What should I order? This place looks nice. Simple imaginary scenes like that help your brain switch molds.
I love that. And you can do it with anything. Imagine cooking. Imagine taking a taxi. Imagine talking to a friend. And narrate it in English inside your mind. Softly, gently, naturally.
You know what's really interesting? The brain doesn't know the difference between real and imagined experiences. If you imagine speaking English, your brain accepts it like real practice.
That's why we're talking so naturally right now. So your brain feels like you're in a real conversation with us. You're not just listening, you're participating. Even if silently, your brain is responding.
Exactly. And the more we talk, the more your brain adjusts to English rhythm. Thinking in English is not only about vocabulary, it's also about rhythm, timing, flow.
Let's slow down the rhythm for a few seconds. I'll speak softly. You are learning English. You are thinking in English. You are improving right now. B sentences help create positive patterns.
And don't forget, mistakes are part of the process. Nobody thinks in perfect English. Even native speakers think in fragments, short thoughts, quick reactions. You don't need to think perfectly, you just need to think continuously.
I want to share something that helped me personally. When I wanted to think in English, I started describing things around me in very simple sentences. For example, I'd look at my desk and think, my desk is messy. I need to clean it. There's a cup. There's a notebook. These tiny thoughts began to build the habit.
Yes, and I did something similar. I used to think about my plans for the day in English. I will go to work, I will meet a friend, I want to relax later. And slowly it became automatic.
Let's guide our listeners through a short thinking practice. Just listen and imagine the thoughts inside your mind. I am here. I am listening. I am calm. I understand more than yesterday. I can think in English. Slow, simple, gentle. No pressure.
And if you drift off, that's okay. If your mind goes quiet, that's okay too. Thinking in English is not about controlling every second. It's about allowing English to appear more often in your thoughts.
Let's talk conversation for a moment, because conversation is the heart of thinking. A lot of learners think, I don't have anyone to practice with. But actually, you always have yourself. You can talk to yourself quietly. You can rehearse conversations. You can replay old conversations. You can imagine future ones.
Absolutely. And talking to yourself is not weird, it's learning. Every professional language learner does it, and it works.
Okay, let's do a longer improvised conversation now. Slow, natural, full of everyday English so the listener's brain can absorb more patterns. Hey, Bori, what are your plans after the podcast today?
I think I might go for a walk. I need some fresh air. What about you?
I'll probably go home and take a short nap. I didn't sleep enough last night.
A nap sounds amazing. I haven't napped in a long time.
You should try it. Even 15 minutes can help.
True, maybe I will. And later I'll cook something simple.
Cooking sounds good. What are you thinking of making?
Maybe fried rice. Easy, quick, and delicious.
Nice choice. I might order something later. I'm not in the mood to cook today.
That's okay. Some days we just want to relax.
Exactly. And see, this entire conversation is something listeners can replay in their head. These are thoughts they can imagine themselves saying. That's how thinking grows.
Let's slow down and give listeners space to process. I can think in English. I can understand. I am improving. Just let the words move inside your mind.
Let's talk about speaking for a moment. When you think in English, speaking becomes easier. Your mouth follows your mind. Your tongue doesn't have to fight your old language. And the more you think in English, the smoother your words become.
I want everyone to try a very simple exercise. Imagine someone asks you, "How are you today?" Don't translate, don't prepare, just let the first English thought appear. Maybe it's "I'm fine." Maybe it's "I'm tired." Maybe it's "hungry." That's thinking in English.
And the key is to trust your first thought. Don't overthink, don't fix it, just accept it. That acceptance builds speed.
You know what slows people down? Fear. Fear of mistakes, fear of sounding strange. But thinking has no mistakes. Nobody hears your thoughts. You're safe.
Exactly. Thinking in English is the safest practice in the world. No judgment, no pressure, just you and your mind.
Let's build a scene together for the listener. Imagine you're sitting on the bus. The engine is humming softly. People are quiet. You look out the window and you think, I'm on the bus. The weather looks nice. I'm going to work. I feel calm. These simple thoughts anchor English into your mind.
Let's switch scenes. Imagine you're cooking at home. You cut vegetables, you heat the pan, and you think, I'm cooking dinner. This smells good. I'm hungry. Simple, but powerful.
Now imagine you're going to sleep. The lights are off, you lie down, and you think, I'm tired. I need rest. Good night. Even nighttime thoughts can be in English.
That's the goal. English thoughts in all moments of your day.
Let's take a moment and speak more slowly again. You are learning. You are growing. You are getting faster. You can think in English. Let these ideas settle.
Sometimes the brain resists. It says, this is hard. But everything new feels hard at first. The more familiar English becomes, the less effort thinking requires.
And here's something important. Your brain doesn't switch to English in one day. It switches little by little, word by word, moment by moment. So don't expect a set-in transformation. Expect gentle growth.
And we're here with you. Every episode helps your brain listen, imagine, react, process, absorb, and shift into English a little faster. You're not alone in this journey.
Let's practice describing feelings. I feel tired. I feel excited. I feel relaxed. I feel happy. I feel stressed. These are thoughts your brain can easily use daily.
And let's practice intention. I want to improve. I want to speak better. I want to think faster. I want to understand more. These intentions guide your brain.
And now let's connect everything together into a longer imaginary thought. I'll speak slowly. Today, I want to practice English. I want to think in English. I will listen. I will try. I will relax. My brain is learning. My English is growing. Just breathe and listen.
Let's do one more scene. Imagine you're walking in a quiet park. Leaves move softly, birds are singing. You're walking slowly, and your mind whispers, "I'm walking. The air feels good. I like this moment. I feel peaceful." These thoughts in English are training your mind right now.
And the more situations you imagine, the more English becomes a natural part of your inner world.
Before we wrap up, let's talk about confidence. Confidence comes from familiarity, not perfection. When English feels familiar inside your thoughts, speaking becomes smoother, easier, more natural.
Let's practice confidence thoughts. I can do this. I am learning every day. I am improving. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to keep going. Save these inside your mind.
And remember, thinking in English is a long conversation with yourself. A gentle one, a patient one.
We're going to end with a final slow moment. Let the words flow into your thoughts. You can think in English. You are ready. You are improving right now. You are becoming natural. You are doing great. Let it settle.
Thank you for spending this time with us. You trained your brain today simply by listening. And the more you listen, the more natural English becomes.
We're always here with you on this journey. Keep listening, keep thinking, keep growing.
And remember, your brain learns from every moment you give it.
We'll see you in the next episode. Take care, everyone.